Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, Custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Moshe Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Moshe Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Moshe Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Moshe Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable, custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Moshe Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mian Moshe Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Moshe Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Missing by Mian Moshe Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful lady who's an actress and producer, and also spent some time as a nurse in the Chicago area, and traveled pretty much around the country, and spent a little time overseas. And after years devoting her life to her family and nursing, she finally listened to her heart and made the leap from being a mother and nurse to following her dream of an acting career. She began her journey by enrolling acting classes and combing the internet for casting announcements. And her first feature film, Empty Space, a powerful drama, was got in that. She was hooked, and she also played a number of roles. But in this one, we'll be talking about The World Without You. She plays not just an actress, but also a producer. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in Windy City, ladies and gentlemen, the very multi-talented actress and producer, Suzanne Johnson. Suzanne, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I feel very honored.
Well, it's very honored to have you on board as well, too. And after reading your story, I mean, it's just amazing what you've done. You spent some time in nursing. You've been a mom for quite some time, and you also made a transition from being a mom and a nurse to getting into acting. And you've been in quite a number of roles like Empty Space, Redemption Way, Poker Night, Blackberries, and more. And you also were on TV with the Lions Crusade, and of course, we'll be talking about as well, too, The World Without You. Not only you're an actress in this one, but you're also the producer. And we'll talk about that. And before we get into all that, tell us how it first got started.
I'm sorry?
I said before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started, Suzanne.
Oh, how did I get started? Well, I sort of fell into it.
Mm-hmm.
My then husband bid on a silent auction at a fundraiser for a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the photo shoot, and I bring all my clothes. He thought it would be a fun thing. I won it. And so I had a wonderful time, and it happens that the wife of the photographer is a talent agent. And
oh, wow.
Said, have you ever, it was crazy. She said, have you ever thought about going into acting? And I said, well, no. and I thought that was the end of it. She says, well, if you think it might be something you'd like to do, you already have your headshots, and we can send you out and we'll just see what happens, no commitment. And so I thought about it a little bit, and I thought, well, that sounds kind of fun. And so she started sending me out on auditions, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I went downtown and met with Michael McCracken at Vagabond School of the Arts, and he got me started on getting another agent who was in the city, and got me into acting classes, and because it was kind of a valuable thing to know what you're doing if you're going to do this, because it's more than just going into the audition. There's a certain way you stand and where you look and how you talk, and so there was so many things I didn't know. So I spent that next year auditioning and submitting for everything. I was on Actors Access and Casting Networks and Mandy and all of the platforms every single day, submitting, and about 2 months in, I got an audition for Empty Space, and so I met with the director and auditioned, and 6 weeks went by after the audition. I just thought, well, I didn't get it, and got a call, and I landed it. And
wow, amazing.
It was, and so, in spite of all the conditions, it's late hours. I mean, we were working 16, 18, 20 hours at a time.
Wow.
Extreme temperatures. It was in the dead of winter. We were in rural Illinois. I did that first feature, and I was hooked. There was no going back after that. It's very addictive. So, yeah, that's how I got into it.
And what was that other precise moment that influenced you into what you're doing besides you getting hooked in that film? What was that other precise moment that influenced you that got into acting, especially having a successful career as a nurse?
I don't think there was another precise moment. But what truly got me hooked was just the process. I'm a nurse, and I think with one side of my brain, and, it's the more analytical science, math side of the brain. And all of a sudden, I'm using the other side of my brain that's creative and thought-provoking. And so I really, when I got a chance to audition for a role, and I see this character, and I get to, and the process of learning to put myself in someone else's shoes. I create a character that's that character, but I still remain me in that character. And so it's not as easy as it sounds. I was really awful in the beginning, but I loved it, all the challenges, and I felt like it was something that I wanted to get good at. And the other thing that I really got from acting is the relationships. I'm all about relationships and friendships and such, not networking, but creating relationships with people. And this is such a great group of people. They're creative, they're energetic. There's a vibe that goes on with people that are in the arts, whether it's theater or film or music, and it's kind of addictive being around them. And so I really I wanted more of that, and I carry those friendships forward. I mean, even in the midst of a pandemic, we're all in touch with each other, and we can't see each other, but we can support each other. So I really, it wasn't that moment, but it was a lot of conglomeration of a lot of things.
It does sound like a lot, and you really value the relationships a great deal. And also, who are some of your favorite actors and actresses growing up? And what movies did you grow up watching?
Oh my goodness! Now you put me on the spot.
Spotlight on you, on cue, action.
Oh my gosh, my favorite actors growing up. I really, one actress that I really like, and I don't necessarily think growing up, but more in my adulthood, was Angelina Jolie. I've always loved her parts. Oh, I take that back. As a child, Mary Martin.
Oh, she's fabulous.
Was one of my favorite actors all time. I loved her characters. I loved her roles. I loved Lucille Ball.
Oh, she's hilarious.
I know. I mean, these may be classic for a lot of people, but they're people that I can think back and I can remember from my childhood. As an adult, I have to think on that a little bit. Favorite movies growing up: Peter Pan. I love that movie.
That's a classic. There's no problem with that. I mean, some of us don't have to grow up.
It was the classics. As an adult, I loved the movie with Angelina Jolie, Beyond Borders.
Oh,
and
yes.
Don't ask me why that just resonated with me, but I really enjoyed it. I really loved that movie. Some of my favorite actors right now are actually television actors. Now I can't think of their names. I'm Sam Heughan, and I'm a big fan of Outlander.
Okay.
And that franchise and the story behind it and the acting and such like that. So I didn't grow up in the acting world, in the theater world. I didn't grow up saying I want to be an actor someday. There are a lot of kids that's all they want to do. And I grew up, all I wanted to be was a nurse. I always, from the time I was a very little girl, I always wanted to be a nurse. And so this is something that came to me much later in life. I've only been doing this since 2014. So, my focus has not been on the arts. And so this is something that I think is kind of part of this next chapter of my life.
And it does sound amazing too, and you're a lifesaver as well too for what you do. And we'll talk about the movie The World Without You and some of your other experiences. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for early needs. Look at a professional website without breaking a budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, it's time to give a shout-out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Mosin-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you love Missing by Mia Mosin-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mia Mosin-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Missing by Mia Mosin-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with actress, producer, and former nurse Suzanne Johnson on The Mike Wagner Show of the Windy City area. And before we talk about the movie The World Without You, you had some amazing experience to go. We talked about Empty Space, and we also had covered some others. You also been in Poker Night, We Have to Go, Statuesque, Blackberries, Heart Failure, This is Cindy. Oh, list goes on. Cellar Door, Family Affair, Another Yesterday, and Chuck Nancy's. And maybe just pick a few and tell us about some of the roles you've been in, the movies.
It's interesting. I'm usually cast as the mom. That's sort of my go-to. And Redemption Way is a Christian-based or faith-based film that I had the pleasure of working with Brad Podolsky and his production company, and I played the mother of one of the leads. It's a story of this young woman who has cancer, and her best friend, who's a Christian, has the moral dilemma of seeing her friend die, who is not a proclaimed Christian. And so the story centers around the 2 girls, but my role as her mother is to nurture their friendship and to act as kind of a bridge between the 2 girls. It was really, really a fun role to do, and a great team to work with. Let's see, another one that I particularly like, Cellar Door, is Philip Plowden Productions. It's the story of a local sheriff. It's sort of a psycho thriller type film, and I play my role is not huge, but I play the love interest of the sheriff. I'm the one that got away, you know. And so it kind of picks up when I've come back to town, and his involvement with this murder that happens in town, and they're trying to solve what happened, and children are missing or going missing and that sort of thing. And then Poker Night was actually a student film that I did that was just so much fun, and it was one of my first. After Empty Space, it was one of my first films that I did, and it was just comedy, pure comedy, and it's something that I don't get an opportunity to do very often. I'm typically cast in more dramatic roles, so it was fun to kind of exercise that, comic timing, and to exercise that kind of. I got to bring out my southern charm.
Oh yeah, y'all. We all love that southern charm, y'all.
I was not a terribly nice woman, so it was fun.
You seem nice to me. Now give me some of that fried chicken, some grits here.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it depends on who you talk to. Yeah, it was fun though. It was a lot of fun, and I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that I've done. Blackberries was just a short film, and it was a very sweet film about a mother. It was like 3-generational, and the mother had Alzheimer's, and the grandson, the connection between the grandmother and the grandson, and Blackberries, and they used to pick Blackberries when she was younger, and more with it, and then the conflict between the mother and the daughter, and so it was a nice film, short film. Not much else I can really say about it, but The World Without You was really my first big role.
It certainly is, and we'll talk more about that. We're with Suzanne Johnson, actress, producer of The World Without You on The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. And also brought to you by our official sponsor, international award-winning author Mia Mosensia of the book Missing, available on paperback and Amazon. And we'll be back with Suzanne Johnson of The World Without You after this timeout.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshazia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple, and more. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, where The Mike Wagner Show interviews great guests, cool conversation, lots of laughs, coffee, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We are back with former nurse and now actress, producer Suzanne Johnson of The World Without You on The Mike Wagner Show. And let's talk more about the movie, The World Without You. It's an enormous endeavor. And what was about the novel that got you interested in making the film? And first of all, you can just tell us more about the film, The World Without You.
Well, I'll start with what got me interested in making this into a movie. It was the novel itself. It was amazing, poignant, and it had a real message about family. I read it in hopes of making it into a movie, but not really sure. And so I immediately connected with Marilyn, the mother. There are so many parallels between us. She's a doctor, mother with grown children and grandchildren. She's an activist, a woman who speaks her mind, and it was like I was looking at myself.
Wow. And
I thought if there was any role that I was perfect for, it's this one. And then it told the story about incredible grief. And her grief really resonated with me because I can't imagine losing I have 3 children and I have 4 grandchildren. I can't imagine losing any of my children. And if I was a situation where it was a violent death like that, I would leave no stone unturned. There would be nothing I wouldn't do to find out the truth about what happened. And I would be relentless, and I would step over people, and I would sacrifice just about anything to find the answers, and that's pretty much what she does. And so, and the book lent itself, because of the content and because of the way it was written, it really lent itself well to a screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
And the story itself is about family. You know, so many movies. It's if you want to hear a little brief synopsis, it's the death of the youngest child, only son of a secular Jewish family.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Iraq on, not even with a news publication, but on an assignment, and he is murdered. He's kidnapped and murdered. Very Daniel Pearl-like in content, but not his story.
Right. I remember that story, yes, and I can imagine. It's like, oh, that just broke my heart, what happened to Daniel Pearl.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. So, okay, so when you see these, there's a lot of movies out there that deal with violent death and, you know, families are grief-stricken and all of that, but very few will look at give you a snapshot or a picture of the family a year later.
Mm-hmm.
So few deal with like the aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see the immediacy of grief, the funeral, and all of the things that go along with that, and you can understand that. But nobody ever shows you what is everybody doing a year after. So this movie takes this family and shows you where they are individually and where they are as a family in their grief.
Mm-hmm.
How are they interacting? What kind of impact has this had on them as individuals and on the dynamic of the family?
Mm-hmm.
What he meant to the family. You know, it's incredibly moving and pretty powerful in the message that it sends. So,
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. You go ahead.
No, but I was going to ask you, you had talked about some of the themes in the story. What are some of the other themes in the story that spoke to you as a mother? It sounds to me it's more like what I got. It's more like a before and after.
It's not a before and after.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. It was like, yeah, after. Okay.
You get flashbacks. There'll be flashbacks in the film, so you get a sense of what actually happened.
Okay.
But this is an ensemble piece. This is watching a family deconstruct and then hopefully come back together again. Mm-hmm. You know, they haven't been together in a year. You know, they gather at the family home. The family summer home, and for this one weekend, the mother has, insistent we're going to have a memorial service. You know, this is the Jewish tradition. The memorial service a year after, we go to the funeral site. We go to the grave site, and I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
The memorial, the grave site.
The memorial site. So you get to see. Hold on, let's see. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Take your time. The memorial, the grave site, and you also, like afterwards, you come home in the family house. Right. Mm-hmm.
So she insisted on having this memorial and going to the grave site. It is a tradition, and so you get to see a glimpse of what is going on in each of the family members individually in their lives, and where they are in their grief, where they are in the process of their grief, and how they're handling it. So I'm not really giving anything away. I think it's in the jacket of the book, and
right.
And watch the movie. But the whole family gathers at the home the first night. Things are not going really well, mm-hmm. and it's very intense. They're at dinner. Nobody's real comfortable with each other. The kids are at the table, and the mother finally, she's had it, and she blurts out, "Your dad and I are getting divorced." So that, in an already tense situation, just brings everything to a halt. They're like, what? You've been married 40 years. You can't do this. And
Uh-huh.
so that's where the movie really starts.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things that happen during the movie. I'm not going to give that away.
Right.
There's a journey. Every one of them goes on a journey in this movie, and you get to see their path and how they resolve the issues that they have, and you get to see what the family looks like at the end of that journey.
That is so amazing, and you don't need to, go into more detail about that. But what are your hopes for the audience to take away from watching the film?
Well, I'm hoping. Give me a second. Let me scare them. Okay. I want them to still be thinking about the story the next day. I want them to watch this film and they leave the theater. And I say that because I've had a number of people say that to me. They said, I watched the movie and I was still thinking about it the next day. And so I think, okay, my job is done.
That was easy.
No, really. I want them to feel hope. I want them to come out of the theater feeling hope, because you're going to go, it's going to be a real roller coaster. You're going to have a range of emotions during the movie, because there's some intense moments, there's some funny moments, there's some heartbreaking moments. But at the end of the film, I want them to go out and think, okay, I think it's going to be all right. And then the other thing I want is for some of the audience might identify with some of the subjects in the film and take comfort in knowing that their struggles are validated, that there are other people, even if it's a fictional character, have the same struggles that they do. And everything's okay.
Okay. Well, that's a really good point as well, too. And, of course, speaking of the family coming together, having hope, everything okay. And how'd your amazing cast manage to come together?
We have an excellent, two ways. We had a phenomenal script. We had such a good script, and we had a phenomenal casting director, Valerie McCaffrey. They are the most underpaid and underappreciated people in the industry. Honest to goodness. Without her getting this out there to the right agents and having the right connections so the talent will see this script. I mean, that's half the battle. You have something that is fabulous, but you can't get it in front. The agents are going to hang up on you, or they'll say, okay, yeah, we'll give it to them. But the actors never see it. And because Valerie has such a great name there in L.A., they paid attention. And so we had people calling us.
Wow.
Their agents calling saying, hey, I want my talent in for an audition. We had people audition for the film that don't audition for roles. They have to audition for roles. And so it was extremely humbling to be part of something like this that has resonated with so many really talented actors. And so we were able to sign Rada, and she was kind of the truth of the matter is that when you do these little indie films, and especially you're in Chicago or one of the smaller Chicago's a pretty big market, but you're in a different market, and you have no hope of your film ever being seen unless you have a named talent in it. So when we started out, the idea is, okay, well, because it's an indie film, it's a smaller budget. So we'll sign a name talent on, and then that will give it some credibility. Somebody will watch it. There's followers. There's people in Hollywood that will pay attention to it because she's in it. Well, the word got around that it was a great script, and Rada's doing it. So we just had people come in left and right, and so we amassed this phenomenal. I was overwhelmed. This phenomenal cast, and so then I had to figure out. Okay, so now I have a budget. So I got to figure out how we're going to pay all these people. And we figured it out. We got it taken care of, but it was still there was a moment of, oh my God, what have I done? So anyway, yes, and so right. Yeah.
It sounds like you guys had a lot of fun. And where can we find The World Without You at?
Oh, I actually wrote it down so I could tell you. So we have.
Oh, you wrote it down? Wait a minute. Have you used a teleprompter the whole time? I'm kidding.
No, not teleprompter. I do have my cheat sheet.
Cheater! I'm kidding.
I can't remember all of it. Come on, give me a break. You do this for a living. I don't. Okay, so Dana Weber at Legacy Distribution took on the film, and she arranged. It's on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. It's now Amazon Prime, so you can watch it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Dish, DirecTV, Fandango, Roku, Tubi, Plex, and Zumo.
Wow, that is a very, very amazing set. That is The World Without You with Suzanne Johnson on the Mike Wagner Show. A couple more moments here with Suzanne. I'd like to have you back on the show. A very big thank you for your time. You've been amazing. And what can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond, Suzanne?
All right. Thank you.
What can we expect from you in 2021 and beyond?
Well, I'm working with Brad Podolsky again. Non-faith-based film. I'm going to be a producer on this film, and will probably have a role in it. I can't really talk much about it yet.
That's fine.
But I am one of the producers on the film. And once things feel a little safer, I will be back out auditioning and working on my career.
That is so amazing. We're looking forward to what you got. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career, Suzanne?
Who's the biggest influence in my career?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
It can be anybody in general, too, so.
Influence in my career. I don't know how popular this is, but probably God.
I think that's a really good influence. I have to say that, and I totally agree with you.
He's a driving force in my life, and I've done a lot of prayer around, and I did a lot of prayer when I was making this movie, and I think that was probably the biggest influence.
Mm-hmm. And that certainly helps as well, too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Don't give up.
Really
put yourself out there. And even when it gets tough, this is a field. Acting in general is a profession that's no all the time. Just keep putting yourself out there. Keep putting yourself out there.
And that's very important, too. Once again, actress, producer, Suzanne Johnson of The World Without You on the Mike Wagner Show. Suzanne, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing.
You're welcome.
No problem. Looking forward to hearing soon. And don't go away. We got more, but just want to have you let you know, do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And lastly, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, and where can people check out your movies at and your other works?
Okay. Let's see. The website for the film is theworldwithoutyou.com, and you can find out anything you want about the film there. We're on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I have to put a shout out to Deborah Gilels, who is my publicist and who is extraordinary and has done so much work for The World Without You. We would not have had as much success in and getting the word out there about the film without her. So she's been kind of my right hand person throughout this whole process, and I think. And my website is SuzanneJohnsonActor.com.
Okay.
And you can find me there. All the information, contact information for me is on the website.
That is so amazing. Once again, Suzanne, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor. Keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real-life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.